Hey there, Bloomers and friends. Rev Kev coming to you from the office today. I'm going to be out of the office for a couple of days coming up. That being the fact that we're going to annual gathering. Many might remember that once a year we have an annual meeting of the Southern California Nevada Conference of the United Church of Christ. As I'm thinking back, I think 2004 was the first time that Mike and I went to an annual gathering. I think Jim Mears went along with us. We drove up to Las Vegas where it was happening, and it met in the First Disciples Church there, Disciples of Christ Church, DOC, because there wasn't a UCC church that was a big enough physical building to be able to accommodate everybody. And of course, you know, the DOC, the Disciples of Christ Christian Church, is one of our sibling denominations. Anyway, I think that's the first one. Maybe it was 2005. So this will be our, let's see, this is 2019, our 14th, or it could be our 15th annual gathering for all those years. I used to go to annual conferences in the United Methodist Church many years ago, and the annual conferences are very legislative and voting oriented. And there's lots of things going on there, basically because it's a hierarchical kind of structure. So you were setting like church law for the next year and electing delegates to general conference and doing things like that. Well, while we do elections and so forth at annual gathering is much more, in my mind, about education and building relationships. So it's an opportunity for us to go and learn from workshops, learn from the keynote speakers, and also build relationships with those people who now, 15 years later, they know Bloom. And there's oftentimes we hear, here come the Bloomers, and that's kind of a fun thing to know that over these years we've gained those relationships throughout our Southern California Nevada Conference. And it's a fact of matter that we're seen as a vital and growing congregation in the conference. And part of that is because we participate. We participate at numerous levels with people being involved in some committees and other ways. We participate in the 5 for 5 offerings. We participate in being committed to the offering for our church's wider mission. We provide a scholarship for a campership for one camper out of our budget, and any other ways when there's disaster offerings, Bloom responds. That's in addition to the kinds of things that we're doing locally and that we do for our congregation, but that's because we're in covenant. We're in relationship with those people in that covenant that we established in 2005, and so we continue to do that together. Do you know that next year in 2020, it will be Bloom's 15th anniversary of being in covenant with the United Church of Christ in affiliation? So we'll look forward to that coming up more than a year from now. But for now, we're looking forward to going to annual gathering. And, we have Mike Shear and Jack McClelland as our elected delegates. I go as a clergy member, so that's as now that I have full standing and privilege of call. Pat Walton will go. Other clergy members, Stephen Wales, now a member of Bloom, and his husband Dewey, they're going to be there. And John DiNapoli, our education ministry coordinator and former moderator, is going to be there. We're going to be promoting and trying to gather some wider support for our Buddy and Lucy Beggs ministry, and share information about that and try to build some support for a grant that John and Russ are working on applying for. And it's always good to be in touch with our conference minister and other officers of the conference, and we know that they're friends of Bloom as well. The breakout sessions, which are always kind of interesting and good, I'm not sure what everybody is going to. Oh, I should also note, let's see, for Saturday, for the keynote, Bill Davison and Jim Nixon are driving over. I know some other folks were expressing interest, but I don't remember hearing whether or not they had actually established signing up and driving over for either Friday or for Saturday. It's all at Chapman University, which is a great location for this kind of event. So in the breakout sessions, on Friday, there's widening the welcome, within the UCC and dealing with the conference inclusion team. There's scripture play where Reverend Aaron Beardempel and Reverend Megan Owens, both people that we know at Bloom, are doing this unique visual theater arts kind of approach to scripture. There's of course budget hearings. There's church ministry and for the new manual on ministry. Our national church is putting together. They've done a review and putting together new structures and rules and processes for establishing what's called authorized ministry. And this new manual on ministry is coming out, and so there's changes in that can be communicated to people who are members in discernment and other people who are interested. There's the boardroom. You can have an interaction with the members of the board of directors of the conference. Something about church financial systems at work. I think that, yes, Rich Flickling is going to be there, so maybe he's our treasurer, so maybe he's going to go to this one. And then pub theology is going to be happening. That's the kind of thing that's very popular across the country, where people meet in a pub for small group meetings or for Bible study or some sort of educational opportunity. I'm going to go learn about that a bit. And then spirituality and community. That's something that Mike is going to be attending, and he's already gotten his assignment for bringing pictures and magazines and so forth in order to be developing spiritual collages. I go through that to show that there's a wide variety of topics that are being covered. I'm also looking forward to the keynote speakers, and I'm looking through the online program now. It's not they don't send out a printed program anymore, so I have it here on my Bloom iPad, and the keynote speakers are about innovation. One is about innovating. Reverend Kelly Ryan is going to be leading us in how to have innovative styles of leadership and doing meetings, so that you can develop meeting agendas and meeting intentions and results immediately, rather than having it have to be a big, long, arduous process. There's two ways of thinking about that. And then Peter Rollins is a writer, philosopher, and storyteller, originally from Ireland, who has is a noted church enthusiast in the way of trying to get people to overturn traditional notions about forming churches, and to preach a good news that we can't be satisfied, that life is difficult, but that we don't know the secret. He's going to try to work on blurring the lines between theism and atheism, and set aside questions regarding life after death in order to explore the possibility of life before death for all of us. So we're looking forward to that. He's got a book out, one including Insurrection, the Idolatry of God and the Divine Magician. Meaning, God is not some magician in the sky, or, as I often say, not a great puppeteer running the marionettes on the ground. There's much more to God in the way that we develop and think of God. So hopefully we're going to learn something that we can bring back and share and help us all grow in our lives in faith. So we'll be back for Sunday, which is Pentecost Sunday. So if you can, please try to remember to wear red. That's our tradition. And we will celebrate the Spirit among us and celebrate the spirit of the heritage of our church, coming from our Christian heritage from the very beginning. We hope you can be with us in spirit. If you can't be with us, yes, we hope you'll be with us in spirit. We hope you'll be with us in body. If you can't be with us in body, you can attend via Facebook Live. That you can check things out when Bloom Notes comes out later in the week. And also that you can be with us in spirit and keep us in your prayers. So we look forward to seeing you soon, one way or another. Take care.